Hello and welcome back to another review here on this channel, and I know it's been a bit of a minute since I have done something like this, but I recently watched something that I never thought I would watch before, and that's Halloween Kills. I am very much not a horror fan, but there's something about this movie I really enjoyed, and as someone who watches a lot of movies and a lot of TV, and as someone who um, has made a film before and knows what it's like to go through at least somewhat the process of making a film, and just as a movie fan, the greatest thing that a movie could do is entertain you. So I was thoroughly wowed at how much I enjoyed this movie. It was definitely worth the Peacock subscription that I did for just this movie. It was a lot of fun. There's just I don't know, it was just really enjoyable for me, and I was not expecting that, especially not being a horror film fan or horror fan in general. But I'm surprised and happy to say that I really enjoyed this, and I kind of want to watch the other Halloween films to see if they have the similar vibe. Quite possibly the best part of this movie is this thread line that we have with Tommy Doyle and Huckleberry, old Huckleberry, the bat that he brandishes to take out Michael Myers. I think that this is absolutely brilliant filmmaking, okay? There is so much in here that screams not practical at all, but yet very entertaining, because it's set up in the beginning that he's going to take out Michael Myers with this bat called Old Huckleberry, with its etched into the bat, and I was like, really? You're gonna beat up a sorry, I hit the mic. You're gonna beat up a 6 foot something dude who literally has murdered so many people with a piece of wood. Cool. See how that goes. Spoilers. It doesn't go very well for him. In fact, there's another guy at the end of this film, in that last climactic scene, that does way more to Michael Myers than good old Tommy did with the bat. And this other guy's just using a board, just a 2x4, nothing special about it. Went to Home Depot, found himself the cheapest little piece of wood he could, and this other guy does way more damage, and just way more than this Tommy guy with old Huckleberry. And it's brilliant filmmaking, because there's set up throughout the whole movie that this guy is gonna take him out, and the actor does a great job. I really enjoy him, just the anger that he has for Michael, which is, I mean, as you should, right? You should have that anger for somebody who traumatized not just you but your whole town, basically. And he just brilliant filmmaking with setting that all up. And yes, he does hit Michael Myers with it, and it's his is the hit that puts Michael Myers down. But it's just amazing to me, because I was like, wow, he's really committed to this bat thing, against a evil entity cursed from hell, right? And then the guy with a 2x4 just does more, and I'm like, I am absolutely just mind blown at the brilliant filmmaking of setting something up and kind of subverting it, and then giving us the payoff anyways. It's really fun. I had such a joy watching that other dude mess up Michael Myers with the 2x4. I thought that was great. Okay, now let's talk about some of the acting, which in horror films usually it's kind of just get anybody who can scream. But I really enjoy how they brought back Jamie Lee Curtis. She's obviously a staple for this franchise, and a staple in the Hollywood community itself. And she once again kills it, even though her character should be dead so much over. I love it. Judy Greer was a great person to see. Obviously, I haven't seen the previous one, so I'm sure that they're in those too. But I'm going into this one kind of blind, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun to see how over the top things would be in one sense, and then very grounded in other senses that it would be also. I love how Jamie Lee Curtis's character just has literally like basically a C-section with like how opened up she was, and then that same night is just gonna get sewed up and just start walking around and acting all chill like nothing ever happened. It was great. It was great. I love how she's just, she's obviously like a bad, she's a bad, lady, which is great. I love it. Judy Greer, spoilers again. Unfortunately, she got. She got. Which is amazing because I'm pretty sure. No, I don't know how many there are. I think it's just Jamie Lee Curtis and then her granddaughter. Yeah, I think that's all that's left from that family, which is kind of unfortunate. But hey, you got to bring it back to the originals, right? It was just a lot of fun. I love the there's just something about a slow walking person always catching up to people who are running away that just blows my mind. And yet at the same time, you can have very really fun visceral action too. I thought that they did a really good job with shooting the action also. It's obviously has like an aesthetic with the over the top blood and everything like that, but there was a lot to enjoy here. I'm very, very surprised at how much I enjoyed it, and that just goes to everybody in the filmmaking process, especially the actors, especially like the writers didn't try to overwrite the story. It's Michael Myers. He's killing people. You don't really have to get more complicated than that. And the directing was really fun, or it was really good. I honestly just had a lot of fun with this movie, and I really want to see the other ones, and I want to see what comes next. And I think that's the job of filmmakers, is to make your audience enjoy it. Sure, I wasn't as scared, but I honestly don't know if that's what the goal was for this particular film. I think that this was it was a really tight movie too. There wasn't a lot that seemed like it shouldn't have been there. I feel like the editing was also really good as far as showing us all the action, keeping this in suspense, cutting out anything that didn't need to be. I feel like there was everything in this movie deserved and belonged, and it flowed very well. I love the pacing. Every time it seemed like we were going to have a lull, it switched up, and it was really beautiful. I honestly really enjoyed this movie, and I think it's definitely worth the Peacock subscription. That's pretty much it for my review. I thoroughly enjoyed it when I didn't think I would. So definitely check this out. Like, get yourself a Peacock subscription, or go to a theater if you're good. Make sure you're vaxxed up first, but if you can, obviously. But yeah, go. I think this is worth a watch, even if you aren't into horror like I'm obviously not. I think it's definitely something that us scaredy cats can have some fun with. But that's it from me in my review. I'd love to hear what you think about this movie. I'd love to hear if you're like a fan of the franchise. Tell me how this movie stacks up as far as against the other ones, and what your thoughts are. But yeah, that's it for me. Let me know in the comment section down below. If you haven't subscribed before, it's free, and it'll let you know when I put up another video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good one, and check out Halloween Kills. It's pretty fun.